Good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you is located, and I don't know, but I'm really glad to see you. Welcome to our another show, Healing from Our Trauma, Monday show. Like you saw in the trailer, we have today's special report about some hard situation that was going on today in Lugansk Peoples Republic in this evening. But first, I want to speak with Sidhant and ask him about some things that he tell me on this week and last week about India. Hi, Sid, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. It's nice to see you and hear you.
So what's going on in India? What is you sent me some videos. I want to show this video, and you can explain what is going on this video and what is about. I see some fire and some buildings on the fire. Where is this fire?
Okay, it seems that this is the video that you sent me, not the one I sent.
Oh yes, so sorry. You sent me another video. Yeah. Sorry, I just forget because my health was not so good. My teeth bring me some pain, and I have some problem. Yeah, with health. But so what is this strikes is about? Why people is burning their houses or buildings?
Well, actually, I have not looked into it very deeply, but like from what I can see from initial reports, it's just another instance of mob violence in India, like it happens in many regions, and for various reasons, and like usually these kinds of things are very organized and pre-planned, and they are masked by some kind of social issue or social struggle. Like in this video you can see a bunch of mob burning house of state home minister of state of Andhra Pradesh. It's a state in on the east coast of India, and
It's a big region.
yeah, it is a big region.
I see many people on the street.
Oh, well, you can see many people all over the place in India. Yeah.
So these guys on the street, it's a group of some strikers or revolutionaries, or it is the provocations?
Well, these are...
on your opinion, I don't want to say that this is fact, but just on your opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion, this is just it is both provocation and a way to shift the attention from real problems that the state of Andhra Pradesh has, because the government there is like it is not really great. Sure, it does some good things like any government, but overall the performance is of this government, of the state government, I mean, is not that great. And there have been a lot of like instances during their tenure, current tenure, where like they simply ignored ignored uh, the wishes of certain groups of people of his state, and basically, like the main focus of the current government of Andhra Pradesh is uh, catering to certain groups of and communities within the state and ignoring all the other groups. And because of that, a lot of tension is artificially created, and uh, because of that, the government underperforms, and in order to hide that underperformance, they do these kinds of things here and there.
So it
Because
is like what you think about this? It is more political strikes, or it's something between religious groups?
well, in India, everything is political. Yeah, it can be masked under religious things, but
But first of all, it is political.
yeah, it is 100% political.
They only using religious like some instrument for making strikes.
Just like because for example, when you or other people, or just people like me even, when we read news, we do not go deep into that, and what we see is just one religious group clashes with another religious group, and we think that okay, some stupid people are fighting over some stupid things, and when when in reality these things are pre-planned and well organized, and they are made to with very different purposes than from what we see on the news headlines.
And what about this video? This video is you sent me, right?
Okay, this is the one that I sent you. This is very sad video of children. Well, children playing is always nice, yeah. And if you do not understand the language, this is very happy. This very good video. But the main issue here is what those children are saying. Those children are saying the slogans of terrorist organizations. They're saying the racist terrorist slogans, which are used by terrorists like all across the globe. Like in Jammu and Kashmir, yeah, in India, even outside of India, in places like Palestine and Afghanistan, like they use similar kinds of slogans, and like Lebanon, yeah. So like the basic structure is the same, and by bringing up children who like in this kind of environment, with this mindset, with this mentality, they're just brewing future problems. They're ruining their futures, the children's futures, and consequently they're creating more terrorists who will fight in the future. So yeah, this is very sad, and this is an unfortunate thing, which is also happening. Yeah, I have
And
nothing else.
where this village is located? It is other region that was showed in the last video that I show you.
It is from another state. So the previous video was state of Andhra Pradesh. This video is from state of Kerala.
They have big distance between each other. Oh,
Well, not really, but state of Andhra Pradesh is very big, and the state of Kerala is not that big. So when I say that the distance is not that much, like it's very relative.
so these kids, in your opinion, is the instrument of these political terrorists?
Not only political, but actual real terrorists, because from the same region, actually. This is my assumption that these kids are from northern Kerala. That region is also called Tulunadu, as it was historically known, and that region in particular is. For last century or even more than century, has been a hub of radical Islamism in this region of India, and
It is
this
it
is
is
also
danger. It is danger living there.
well, kind of in some places. Yeah, even like several months ago, in the neighboring state of Karnataka. So basically, this region Tulunadu is divided between two states, Kerala and Karnataka, and so in the Karnataka part, several months ago, like or maybe even 1 year ago, there was an issue with the hijab in schools, and uh, and like this region of Tulunadu is also home base of a certain organization. It's called Popular Front of India, PFI, and they are right now under investigation by security agencies of India with charges of being involved with terrorist organizations. And like it had been an open secret for like last decade or so that this organization supports radical terrorism, but now like actual law enforcement and agencies are finally tackling this organization. Uh, so yeah, this is just this region in particular is very sensitive from this angle. Yeah, like even one of the major doctrines of ISIS, like in Russian it's Sigil. So one of the major doctrines of ISIS was translated into this regional language of India, of Malayalam. Like this is the language that is spoken in Kerala. So that their doctrine was translated specifically in their language. Not Hindi, not any other Indian language. It was this one specifically.
So they have some much hating against other civil people of India.
Well, yeah, you can. Well, in India, usually we call them anti-national elements or Tukre Tukre gang, as somebody coined. Tukre Tukre means dividing into pieces. So basically, people who want to divide the country into smaller pieces. Yeah, so this is from Kerala, yeah, and particularly Popular Front of India also, yeah, they are from there. Also, yeah, that region is also base of of another political organization, radical religious political organization, which is called Indian Union Muslim League. And Muslim League was the organization that 100 years ago created Pakistan, so an Islamic state within India. Yeah, so their entire argument for creating Pakistan was that people of their religious denomination, like Muslims, cannot live with people of other faiths, and that's why they demanded another country for themselves. Yeah, so the successors of those organizations are still living, and also in in state of Telangana, which was once before part of state of Andhra Pradesh, which we were talking about earlier. Like its capital is Hyderabad. Hyderabad is capital of the state of Telangana, and Hyderabad is also another hub of similar kinds of radical elements, and it's also a hub of another political organization, which is called something like All India Muslim Union or something like that, and they have openly threatened many people across India. They have like their main political slogans are very like they sound very much like those of terrorist organizations, and they also, like during their rallies, they just say stuff like, okay, just bring down police for 15 minutes, we will destroy this, their opponents. I will not quote them who exactly. And yeah, people like this, yeah, they exist everywhere. I mean, in every country, and yeah, even quite like a couple of days ago, actually, there was a TV debate, like normal TV debate between one member of one political party and as it always happens in TV debates, like you have one side and another side, and the woman from one side, she was quoting Quran to make her point of just saying that like the terrorists are bad, basically, and people from this Hyderabad All India Muslim Union or whatever that organization is called, they one of their members actually put a bounty on her head because she because of whatever she said was blasphemy, serious. And now there are roughly 70,000 threats, online threats on her life. Yeah, she is now under police protection. Investigation is going on. Like people who threaten her, they are getting arrested and stuff. But simply by just saying that terrorists are bad, you get this kind of reaction. Yeah, and yeah, children in this video are just basically successors of that mindset. And yeah, so slowly we are going from south to central India to north. So next from Telangana and Hyderabad, let's go to Yeah, so that lady who was on TV debate, she was from Delhi, yeah, from my city, and uh, Delhi neighbors a larger region called Punjab, which is also my home region, and a lot of recent news have been related, unfortunately, with that region because uh, Oh, well, okay, I have actually uh, written it down in order to not to forget anything, anything that happened. So, okay, yeah. So in the last 2 months since a new government came to state of Punjab, uh, there has been a rise in law and order issues in the state, and uh, it can be seen both like physically and online. So one of the physical things, unfortunately, has been targeted killings of many prominent people in the state. So, first one which caught my attention uh, was a shooting of international kabaddi player in Punjab. Kabaddi is like indigenous Indian sport. Um, uh, yeah, it is mainly played in Asia, countries like Iran, South Korea, India, and stuff. So yeah, so international kabaddi player was shot dead. That was the first targeted killing that caught my attention. Second, happened like also like yesterday, I think. A famous Punjabi singer was shot like by like 20 or 30 bullets, from AK-47 or AK-94 or something like that. Uh, so like a single singer, famous singer, like was shot dead in the broad daylight. Like uh, it's very horrible, and Punjab is a very sensitive state for quite similar, but yet another reasons at the same time. As I mentioned, like reasons which I mentioned earlier, because Punjab is like as a macro region is divided between two countries, uh, India and Pakistan, uh, and Pakistan created and supports. No, Pakistan not really create, but at least it supports um, a terrorist movement called Khalistan, which is basically creating a Sikh, separate Sikh country within India, uh, which and doing it by violent means. So that is also important to mention. And uh, like this terrorist ideology is also mm, like it is a major cause of concern right now in Punjab because current government there is basically sympathizers of that ideology, and that ideology mainly exists in um, among among very vocal minority of Punjabis and Sikhs in Canada, USA, and Britain. Uh, and so mainly Canada, and it has even risen to the level where Canadian security agencies, they put Khalistan terrorism as top 5 security threats to Canada. Now I can send you the report made in 2020, like 2 years ago, about how dangerous this movement is for Canada. It was a Canadian report, and these same elements are causing trouble right now inside India in Punjab. So yeah, like various parts of India have their own like causes for concern. Yeah, and like even if we go even more north, this like a couple of days ago in Ladakh, there was an accident, like where bus with 26 army officers. It was traveling on the mountain roads, and their bus it fell down from the cliff. 7 army personnel were dead, and like the bus driver and the bus itself, it was not an army bus. It was a private company, and it has been like it has been alleged by the army that like right now the investigation is ongoing, that the bus driver, he is linked with some other terrorist organizations, and he actually, before bus fell down, he jumped from his seat. Yeah, and so basically it was also a targeted murder of army personnel. So so yeah, basically like all problems right now, like not all problems right now, but many problems right now in India are they're rooted in the very radical ideology and radical elements operating within the country, and yeah, and even though government is and our security force are fighting against that, yeah, me as a normal citizen, I think that some things can be done more quickly if army is given enough permissions and power, because India needs some hard cleansing from this, but it's just our security forces do not have enough permission to actually safeguard us from various these bad elements.
How you think? Can I ask you about one thing? How you think? What is your opinion? How today the normal, adequate Muslims react to this process in India? Not radical elements. They somehow resist this movement that is trying to incite hating between people and show Islam like is not very good religion. Although in fact such radical elements just showing their personal ignorance under the guise of Orthodox Islam. Is it possible for Islamists today in India dominate over the Orthodox normal Muslims?
Well, that is one of the main questions that is on the minds of many Indians, that why like normal moderate Muslims are not speaking up against radicals. This has been a question for not only now, but as I sent you the article about a conversation between Veer Savarkar and Maulana Shafat Ali. This issue has been there in India for centuries. Like, why?
So Orthodox
So,
Muslims not involved in this process. They
no,
don't
no.
want to see this problem.
So the moderate Muslims, they so what happens in India that okay, so like the moderate normal people, they do not think about these things. They just do go to their job, they raise their children, they live peacefully, they like do not mean any harm, and the issue is that they by simply they want to live their lives without getting involved in all of these things because like nobody really wants to get into trouble, nobody wants to do the dirty work, nobody wants to actually accept that their community has something bad in them, and so basically what happens is that uh, many Muslims and Hindus, people of all religions, it is same everywhere, that they uh, do not speak up for their community uh, when something bad like this happens. They do not wish to bring change. They do not. Uh, they are very passive, yeah, and their basic attitude is that okay, if we kind of ignore it, it will go away by itself, and yeah, so
Let
that's
me
basically.
please. When you look at transformations of society, and that's what you're speaking about here, elements within the context of the society.
Yeah, indeed.
They may be disaffected. They may represent a different thought pattern that wants to challenge the status quo. But they never exist in a vacuum. They never exist in a vacuum. There's always an underlying element that provides them with three things: the philosophy, the resources, and the money. The philosophy, the resources, and the money. Given those elements, they then have the ability to, like when you spoke about the children earlier, that are being indoctrinated in the philosophy that is opposite or diametrically opposed the governance of the country. So when these things begin to take place, you want to also look at not so much the underlying factors, but the fuel that keeps those movements alive as well. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you for your words. Yeah, indeed. And like one of the things that current government is attacking is the money resources of these elements, because and it is actually working, because you have seen like a significant decrease in riots, in stone peltings, in other mob activities in India, because their sources of revenue were hurt by the government. And yeah, slowly, at least making sure that people do not go towards breaking law and going towards the path of violence, at least that is enough. Because if even if somebody is radical, as long as he is ready to have democratic debate on some issues and like simply having normal speaking arguments and agreeing to disagree and not going beyond that, but that is enough. That is enough for a democratic society to function.
Well, there are also, when you look at uprisings and upheavals that are successful, they are normally against a repressive and oppressive government structure. When you have elements in the society that are disruptive, not against a repressive government so much as it is disruptive because they want to foster a particular ideology or religion, those are ones that very rarely succeed, but they become nuisances in the society. So being able to identify those elements that give them the philosophy, the financing, and the resources, and take those away, like you just said, stopping that type of activity has a greater chance of succeeding.
Yeah, indeed. I 100% agree. Agree with you on that.
I'd like to give a report from here in the United States, a brief report, and then have Fixin play the video that Ahmad sent. Some of you may be aware that in the last 2 weeks, there have been 3 mass shootings. And in the middle of the last mass shooting, well, there was a mass shooting yesterday in Tennessee. I'm speaking about the mass shooting that killed some church people in California, the children, the 19 children and 2 teachers in Texas, and the killing of the people in Buffalo. And so stop that video for a moment, Fixin. So I just want to speak about that because that represents another factor in the disruption of society. And that factor in this society is geared toward precipitating a greater number of these types of acts taking place, meaning that they want to get this movement going and align it with what's happening with the people in Lugansk Peoples Republic and the Ukrainian military. So you have a major upswing of far-right supremacist philosophy and fascism infiltrating on a government level now here in this country. That isn't to say that they never existed before, but that is to say that they have taken control of the military through the so-called political system in government. They've taken control of the police officers and the purse strings. So now the narrative in mainstream media is such that it's totally aligned with what's happening with Lugansk Peoples Republic, and it's targeting various ethnic groups. So what you're talking about in India, it may seem like it's isolated. It may seem like it's sporadic, arbitrary, and spontaneous.
No, it's not. It's
Right.
definitely not.
Right, right. So I just want to say that right quick. Let that video fly. Vixen, play that video. Ahmad just sent this. This is the project in Brazil that's come out of Guerrero de Luz and is now the Curing Touch Holistic Center in Guerrero de Luz. And Ahmad is launching the tourism package now to be able to bring tour groups. So this we want to promote and move forward to bring tour groups from over there in Ufa City or India, Lugansk Peoples Republic, here in the United States, and head to Brazil. Go ahead and play that, Kristen. I don't think there's much dialogue, but go ahead. So that's the beginning of developing promo material for the tour groups to begin. So hopefully within the next 6 months, we can start at least put together one. Okay. Yeah. So with that being said, Friction, I know there's been some serious military maneuvers there that you want to bring us up to date with. Please go ahead and bring us up to date. This is the World Media Coalition Jazz Lovers Television Network production of Healing from Our Trauma, Makakuva El Bay, with Sid Han in Ufa City and our technical producer in Lugansk Peoples Republic, Zulu King Friction. You got it, Friction.
Yeah, today evening was very hard for some people of our region. But first, I want to also, in the continuous of this theme of Islam also, today some Islam soldiers from Russia, also from Chechen Republic, help us in a struggle against these Ukrainian Nazi military groups. And, one of the commander of the special detachment that called Ahmad, the man that have name Abti Alaudinov, said that among his military there are no divisions based on nationality and religion in his squad. He's explained not so long, maybe a week ago, he speak in the interview in media that he with the Chechen soldiers fighting not for the peace of land, but for the spiritual values to remain where they should be. And also he have in a struggle the soldiers from our region. So it is Orthodox Muslims with our Orthodox Christians today fighting together in one squad. And, it's very interesting that this commander is called his squad on Lugansk Peoples Republic, where he now located in the war zone. The army of the Jesus Christ, even he have many Chechen Muslim people. He said that he is also respect the Jesus like the prophet, and the Quran also respect the Jesus. Only they called him Isa, not
Isa,
Jesus. Yeah, the Isa, not Jesus, but Isa, and it's very interesting that he said that his squad is called the Army of Jesus Christ, and today they really help us against this not religious, but mostly satanic Nazi groups that continue killing our people, and today maybe 3 or 4 hours ago, in the 4 p.m., about 4 p.m. in the evening by our local time, was the bombing of the civil part, and many people have shot and wounds 2 women that was pregnant have been killed in Ukrainian shelling of Stakhanov city in Lugansk People's Republic. These women just was on the street, they have no army, they have no army positions. It's just the territory of the school. You can see on the picture, it is the dead body of one victim, one woman who was pregnant, and she just walking on the street. There, it is a medical clinic, the medical building for the pregnant women. So she was walking on this territory, and near this medical clinic is also you can see the sport territory, the schoolyard where the children is playing football and have some sport trainings. So it is peaceful territory. They have no the soldiers. They have no the military tanks of Lugansk People's Republic or Russian army. It is just a peaceful region, and the territory was bombed by the big rockets. It is some about 25 people also have been injured, and 8 of them was the children. So many victims, many people in this schoolyard have the wounds, and they was on the street just walking. I will show you now another victim, It is also the woman who have shot, and she was dying in the medical building. The medical people try and save her life, but she was dying at the hospital, and it is very big tragedy, because you never know when your life can be over, and you can see on this hand some parts of these rockets from the shot. It is the people who was in the home, just rest in their building, and this fire shut their windows, and you see on this picture it is some parts of this metal rockets is coming to the rooms of peaceful people, and it is a very big tragedy, because people just from this people from this territory is already forget about the war. This it is not the war zone. It is the city where war. People hope the war is end, but today, the war start on the next level. Today, more big weapons, more powerful weapons using, so big rockets that flying on 100 kilometers. So even people in the peaceful city can't be in the safety place, and it is a really big tragedy that politics of Ukraine still continue the Russophobia and genocide of civil people, and they don't want to free our land and go back to their homes, because most of these Ukrainian soldiers not from this territory. They even not living there in this Donbass area, in these territories. They coming from different parts of Ukraine, where I even never was in their territory, never was in these parts of Ukraine, and even don't know how people living there, and we never came to their homes, to their territories with guns or with weapons from 2014, and nowadays they still have aggression deeds and make crimes. And they today have much hating, because they feel that they losing their positions, and Ukrainian nationalists, these Ukrainian soldiers today running back from our land, and when they running, they trying to make something bad for the civil people. They understand that this land they not control this land, and they start to be aggressive and trying to make these hating crimes, because they understand that we are independent today republic, and this our land, and they don't wanna think that they lose, and that's why, like I think, they using so-called methods to make revenge for us. And today is about a few, maybe one or half one city, and half of a city are lost on the control of these terrorists, and our army today have control, or have mostly the big control of our land, and back our land. And few days ago I have talk with my friend who today also on the front line, who defend our land, and he is show me some good pictures, where they was on the territory where the kids are playing, and this information that today trying to show some Ukrainian media and Western media that said that Russian army is trying to destroy all around. It is not true, because my friend showed me the kids who was playing with them on the one yard garden, and they make something good events for them, even on the territory where is still danger. I will try to upload now the video to show you where the people is just have some funny. The kids. You see, there is have no Russian terrorists or something, or wild people who trying to kill our children. It is our Lugansk Peoples Republic kids that was in the occupation of Ukrainian government, but today our soldiers free the land, and these kids are happy and playing in the garden, and they have no problems with our soldiers, like it's usually show the media, and trying to show that our soldiers are some criminals who is killing Ukrainian people. And mostly it is not the war between Russians and Ukrainian. It is the war between some on the spiritual level. Why? Because we are from, like I always said, we are from the one family, Russian people and Ukrainian people. We are the Slavic people from one grandfathers and grandmothers. We have deep both history, but so-called supremacy trying today divide our people, divide and conquer, like it always was in different territories. Like today we can see in India, where some groups can use in the religion. So in our territory, some supremacy, evil supremacy, try and using some not political situation, but they using the symbols. This evil supremacy good know that we don't like the fascism, so that's why they educate some part of Ukrainian people and brainwashed them and show them that Nazi and racism and Nazism is good. So this Ukrainian brainwashed people, it's just not the mostly big part of Ukrainian people. It is just a little military group that have money and have the brainwashed, but by this evil supremacy, and this evil supremacy today trying to educate also the young generation, like Siddhant, you show these little kids on the Indian region that go walking on the streets and crying these terrorists' words. So some criminals in the Ukrainian government and evil supremacy that pay money for the Ukrainian government bring to the education system of Ukraine these symbols and from Nazi regime from back in the days, and they really understand that we can't respect this, and we will be fight with them. That's why they're using this instrument for dividing our people. And I hope that Ukrainian people who have the mind, who have read books, who know their own history, they will be open their minds and not will be support this political regime that today is mostly have the big part in the Ukrainian government. Today even some of the United States politics who many years support Ukrainian government, today they not support this Kiev regime, and these Ukrainians, Nazi Ukrainians, even said that this American politics is set up them, and they even today trying to fight with them, and they understand that this was the good master plan, and for the make for the divide of our people. And I think today we on the next level where our people start understand that we have the one history, one ancestors, and people who have the mind, smart people, smart Ukrainians. So they don't fight with us. They not support this criminal Ukrainian government. They even happy today. They understand that some of them lost their houses, the building. Some of them have lost their relatives in these war struggles. But most of people who today was out from the occupation of Ukrainian government, today they is happy, and they happy to be on a free land where they can celebrate the holiday, the day of victory, the 9th of May, the great holiday for our Russian people from our history. And these people today is even still living in the war zone. They today explain to our soldiers and our journalists who visit them. I will show you now one video from the city that called Severodonetsk. It is the front line today. There is more big. Today is going on more big battles. Sorry, I wanna show you the sound, video with sound. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, you see these people on the city of Severodonetsk in the war zone, and
какие у вас настроения-то сейчас?
Во! Ждали и ждали, ждали и ждали. Задолбали. Все, кто накатит? Кто? Слышишь? Уже летят высоко. Я им помашу рукой.
Нет, спасибо.
Здравствуйте. Спасибо, что вы пришли. Спасибо вам.
So you see, the people is in Severodonetsk is really happy. You see, they still living in the war zone. they still living under the pressure, and they really happy that today they not under control of Ukrainian government, and like you see, they dancing and smiling, drinking some vodka and playing on the guitar on the street with neighbors in the war zone on the neighborhood, and people just really understand that for them today is a new level of life, freedom from this Nazi Kiev occupation. And when all our cities will be like this, free from occupation of Kiev regime, all our families will be unite, and in not only in Lugansk Peoples Republic, but Russia, where is Sit-Hunt also living today, many nationalities, and we have no problem with other people from different nations like Sit, from India, or other Tatar people, or Bashkir people, or Asian people. We have many people from different territories, and even in Russia, many people, Aboriginal people, living in Siberia or other parts of Russia, and we are not trying to divide them from each other. In unity we strong, and in divide we fall, like it said. So peace, and thanks for your attention. Hope you understand my bad English.
Your English is not bad. It's all right.
So English.
Yeah, this is the favorite phrase of many Russian people, that my English is so.
It's my teacher when I was young. At the first class, when I only go to the school, we have in educational system in the fifth class the study of English lesson. But my first teacher is ask my friends from my class, ask, is anybody wanna join to the circle who will be study English from the first class? I said, yeah, I will be. And with me go many pupils, my friends. We have class about the 20 or 30 pupils who start study English from the first class. And, we have 1, 2, 3 lessons, and after week, 20 or 30 pupils is going out, and last only 5 pupils who continue study the English. I was in this circle, in this 5 or 6 pupils, and continue practice my English, and then in the future, I have no problem in the study English, even in university, where I have the occupation of a technical profession, the builder, engineer. My first education was engineer in the University of Agricultural University. So, and we have English lessons, and my teacher in the university said, you're going not right institute. You must go into the institute where study the English lessons mostly. She said that I have some success with education with the languages, but my first educational profession was engineer, but then I was study on media and journalism, and English also. Hip hop culture also helped me study the English. Back in the days when I first listened to rap, I was a little kid and make my lessons and have on the table the big boombox where I put the button and play some hip hop records and listen to the music and write down my lessons on mathematics or other. And my mother also said, how you can make your lessons listen this hip hop music? I said, it is a lot problem for me. And when I finished mathematics or other subjects, I open my dictionary and listen, what's these guys in trying to set in this hip hop, That's why from the back in the days, I understand that hip hop is not only party and bullshit, it is about the knowledge and about the education. So some rap texts I study with the dictionary because I always try and understand what is people trying to show in their rap music, and it was very interesting then when we start speaking with people who represent different cultures, different nationalities, different countries, and you start to understand even hip hop you can understand more deep because you speaking with people and you understand from where it's going on, and you understand that hip-hop is mostly not the United States of America like some people think. Hip-hop is coming from a maxim from Moors, And
now that you're talking about hip-hop, let me update you from that perspective as well. I have a place you've heard me speak about in November doing the 5 Elements of Hip Hop Award ceremony. Recently, I found out that there was a 2022 Elements of Hip Hop Award up in the Bronx. So the 5 Elements of Hip Hop is a very similar name. So it may be changed to the Hip Hop History Awards celebration. However, in the meantime, I have been speaking with Captain Dennis of the Nation of Islam on several occasions, and he has had us on the phone with Russell Simmons, Eric B., Chuck D., and a few other notable artists and aspiring artists to talk about developing clean rap. In reference to the elements of hip hop, a reference to the Hip Hop History Award and the 5 Elements of Hip Hop, I have a place that it can be held at here in Atlanta. Very nice place. Several of the trailers have even been advertising that on June 5th, Van is doing her birthday party and launching a new fashion line. And WMC JLTV is going to be filming the show before a live audience, and we are launching the next level of Van's television production, I Found My Voice. Tomorrow, our camera producer, Phil G., I'm at his house now, he and I are going to a meeting at the Blue Marlin Bistro. And Van's going to be there as well because that's a meeting that she's having before the event on Sunday. She's also going to have her crew there that's going to be filming her documentary. So we're going to be shooting the show on Sunday the 5th. We're going to produce the show for our television network here on Telegram and on Odyssey. And we're going to be moving forward to produce a number of live audience productions at the Blue Marlin Bistro. In addition, that will now begin to give us the ability to recruit businesses. I want to say this, and I want to use the term sponsor, but I'm not talking about corporate sponsors. There's an element in the business community that cannot afford to pay to advertise on mainstream media because it's not cost effective for them. It costs too much money. And some of these businesses cannot afford the tens of thousands of dollars that mainstream media requires. So this gives us the opportunity to begin to attract those businesses and produce sponsorship material, advertising material for them to help grow their business at a cost-effective rate. Additionally, we have 4 platforms, 4 broadcast entities. We have World Media Coalition Jazz Lovers Television Network. We got Black on Purpose Television. We got 98.7 KISS, themagazine.com, which was a radio station, 98.7 KISS FM, that was world-renowned. So we have that platform online as well. And then we got PG3 Productions. So we have a number of entities when we begin to produce before live audiences that will help facilitate us growing our viewership. So I wanted to share that, bring you up to date on that as well. So we're moving forward. So this is the World Media Coalition Jazz Lovers Television Network with Sid Hand in Ufa City, with Zulu King Fixon and Lugansk Peoples Republic giving us his update. I'm Makakuvu Ale Bay with the World Media Coalition Jazz Lovers Television Network. We want to thank you for this production. And you want to take us out, Fixon, with the trailer?
Yeah, I will. Yes, and before we end, I also want to thank you all guys who join us every week in Monday or Thursday, because today is really important. I see importance of this show. You know why? Because today we see so-called cancel of Russia that trying making Western world. When I said Western world, I not speaking about Makakuvo or about some good people who I know living on the United States or in the Europe. I have many good friends from around the world, from different countries who live in the Europe, in France, in Germany, in United States of America, in California. But these people is very smart, and these people have the knowledge and foundation. That's why they never they never support this so-called cultural cancel of Russia. And we still continue build the musical project. We still continue make the projects like this show, and we can move to the universal friendship between the people, and when the politics today try and divide our people, it is the problem for the mind. They playing tricks, try and play tricks of our people, try and brainwash us, and we just continue take these vinyls and play on different radio stations. Our Russian music today playing on Brazil radio, where DJ Glacio also represents the Universal Zulu Nation, have the message from he yesterday. He still continue support our students radio station, where Sidhant also working with me, the Nefty Radio in the Ufa City University. And it's really good that we have connections and people from other side of the planet, our friends, can speak with us and show the voice of truth, but not the so-called propaganda that are trying to show our world like some animals or some evil people. We just people like everybody who want peace, unity, love, and having fun, and also freedom, justice, equality, like always said the Moors people. So power to the people.
Amandla, Aete. Sid, you got a few party words?
Well, thank you everyone for this show. Yeah, and I'm really glad that I joined it several months ago and got to learn about a vast variety of topics. And yeah, I'm happy to be here every week. Well, almost every week, whenever I can. And yeah, and every week something interesting happens in our world. And yeah, see you next time.
Right on, right on. Tristan, you gotta break it in so he can start doing some productions with us. He's a good reporter. Now we want to get him.
Yeah, he have a lot of information.
Yes.
And always interesting topics. Not many young people today speaking something serious things. Many of them just play games or making some with the gadgets, these funny situations, but not about what's going on is really near with us. So thanks, Sid.